Port Elizabeth High Court will today give its verdict on sex trafficking accused Pastor Timothy Omotoso's appeal to have his trial relocated. Now, defense attorney Peter Daubermann brought forward an application stating that the trial must be heard at the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein. Daubermann argued that the High Court did not have the authority to hear the matter because the alleged offences were all committed around the country and abroad. It comes after Judge Schoeman ruled that the Port Elizabeth High Court has the authority to hear all 97 rape and human trafficking charges faced by Omotoso and his co-accused. Now, all of the offences have been centralised into a single docket to be ruled on in one trial. We now cross to our reporter, Atim Tongana, who is standing outside the Port Elizabeth High Court. Ati, a very good morning to you and thank you for joining us. The question around whether or not the court has jurisdiction to deal with all the charges against Timothy Omotoso is expected to be announced today. What more can we expect this to centralize?
Well, Judge Schoeman ruled exactly on that a couple of days ago when Peter Daubermann brought an application forward saying that some of the charges and in fact some of the alleged incidents that they did not happen here in Port Elizabeth, and therefore this Port Elizabeth High Court does not then have jurisdiction to hear some of those matters. And in fact, Judge Schoeman ruled that in fact all the charges leveled against Omotoso, the 97 charges that he faces, which obviously include rape, racketeering and human trafficking, should actually be heard here at the Port Elizabeth High Court. She ruled that the certificate of centralisation stands as it is, as was stated by State Advocate Ncebantelwa. But of course, Daubermann went further as to say that he wants to apply for leave to appeal. And today we will be hearing from Judge Schoeman whether she rules in favour of that appeal by Peter Daubermann or against it. And we know that if she does rule against that application to appeal her ruling, Daubermann will in fact take this matter either to Grahamstown, where 3 judges sit, or he'll take it straight to the Supreme Court of Appeal. Something we've seen Peter Daubermann do previously, even when Judge Mandela Makaula presided over this matter. Now, he has had several issues that have led to the several postponements in this particular trial. I'll take you back to a couple of days ago. His issue a couple of days ago was the issue around the indictment and the charges, saying that he does not have finer details around where these alleged incidents happened, the times and the dates. And then Judge Schoeman ruled on that, saying that the state has actually given the defense all the details that he needs to be able to begin this trial. And then after that, the jurisdiction matter came into the cards, and obviously now Peter Daubermann saying that some of these alleged incidents did not happen in Port Elizabeth, and in fact his clients, Timothy Omotoso, Zukiswa Sito and Lusanda Sulani, who are also members of his Jesus Dominion International Church, pleaded guilty to some of the charges that actually allegedly happened here in Port Elizabeth, and however refused to plead on some of the other charges leveled against them, saying they did not even happen here and therefore should be heard in other parts of the country like KwaZulu-Natal and the Western Cape. But today Judge Schoeman will make a ruling and a decision on whether actually we should proceed with this appeal that has been brought forward by Peter Daubermann.